Greetings and welcome to the latest dive into 9 Chickweed Lane by Brooke McEldowney, the notoriously horny cartoonist responsible for 9 Chickweed Lane, amongst other titles, and a play that I wish I could see, but I'm recording this during COVID times, and it just doesn't seem to be in the cards. We'll see if that changes in the future for me. Maybe there's a recording of the play of a previous performance. Maybe I could write Brooke and get a copy of the script and we could do a reading of it. That could be fun. Now I'm going to take a sip of water, but let's take a look at this panel here where the mother and daughter are arguing once again. And just as I sip my water, take this in and just imagine a time you got into a screaming match with someone close to you. In panel 2, Mrs. Berber sends young Etta Berber to her room, presumably. Mother, when I was a kid and we fought, what did you do to resolve our differences? The mother says, I haven't finished punishing you. Oh yeah, that's right. So, the joke here is, again, that the mother and grandmother, Mrs. Berber and the senior Berber, have a very unhealthy relationship. And Grandma Berber is very, very bitter. And that bitterness does manifest itself in acting out toward and punishing Mrs. Berber, her daughter. And you can see that Mrs. Berber is continuing the cycle of abuse by acting the same way toward young Etta Berber. Going forward, Amos, and now we see that this male character is a little bit less frumpy than he was in earlier strips. You can see Brooke's use of the line. Something we'll see a lot in future strips. So we have Amos, Mrs. Berber, and Etta Berber. Although we may stay friends, we must never marry, for you could not provide the kind of rapture a woman like me needs. He looks at her and says, 10-4. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but, well, what the fuck does this mean? The kind of rapture a woman like her needs. She's probably reading too many of her mother's, women's magazines. Sister Thomas says you show talent as a writer. Etta says, I plan to be a journalist. Well, later in life, when you write about the sisters who educated you, I hope you can do it with fond remembrance. Then we have a Joker-esque laugh panel of ha 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 ha. I think I've found the one who nicknamed me Sister Caligula. Now that's a reference you might not get, but feel free to take a moment right now. I'm moving kind of slow and Google Caligula. And you'll see that was not a term of endearment. Brooke. All right, moving forward. Amos. Come quick. I've hurt my knee. Amos comes running. You okay? Now the joke here is that Amos is hopping across the hopscotch board to reach her. That's the joke. She said come quickly, and I do like the lettering here quite a bit. He came as quickly as he could, but also he had to obey the rules of the hopscotch board. All right. Moving forward, we are Gran. This is my friend Amos. Hello, young man. Hello. You can see she takes a sip of her coffee. He says, I'm sorry. And she says, we'll forget about it this time. I just apologized to her, and I didn't do anything wrong. It's a gift she has. So this woman is so bitter and intimidating that she causes young Amos to feel guilty for no reason at all. Moving forward here to July the 31st of 1993. Divorce is a nasty, vengeful business. It leaves a woman feeling worthless, dirty, and undesirable. Not with legs like yours. And again, another strip that ends in a broken human clutching at the nearest possible warm body and holding on for dear life. The people, and I'm assuming that they live at 9 Chickweed Lane, the residents of 9 Chickweed Lane are a delicate bunch. And a theme that we'll see rear its head time and time again is an obsession with women's legs. And so even though this seems like a sort of sweet strip in which, a young daughter sees her mother hurting and feeling insecure about her looks, her self-worth, and her sexuality even. The daughter compliments the mother's body, and it makes the mother feel good. But in the larger context of 9 Chickweed Lane, you can see this is just a seed being planted for what will become an impossibly horny comic strip. Let's move forward. Here we are with another Sunday strip. I've scrolled too far. There we go. Please print your name as you would wish it to appear on your citation for scholastic achievement. Lauren Bacall. Now, we saw in an earlier strip that, she wishes she could look like one Lauren Bacall. I'm not just talking about Lauren Bacall's radiant beauty. I'm talking about her compelling, sensual presence. Look at the company she kept. Stars, authors, prints, movie moguls. Look at the company I keep. Yes, I'm stumbling over my words a bit. I have a lozenge. Amos says, what's wrong with me? How many quarters can you fit up your nose? $1.50's worth? I thought you'd know. I'm going to look up one Lauren Bacall here. So I'm assuming that this is probably Brooke's ideal woman here. I know that he's saying that it's the teenage girl who's obsessed with Lauren Bacall, but I have to believe it's actually Brooke himself who is obsessed. And she is striking. I can't deny that. But I wonder how many more references to her we'll see throughout the strip as we go forward. And I wonder how the relationship between Etta and Amos will continue to grow over the coming weeks, months, and years. into decades as we progress forward through the history of 9 Chickweed Lane. Thank you for joining me here. Until next time, please be safe. Good night.